Hello, my name is Hannah. I'm the maker and designer behind HERBGARDEN knitwear, and I was at Barcelona Knits last weekend. I had the most fantastic time. I met so many lovely people, saw all the beautiful yarns, and I was really impressed by the huge variety of yarns that were offered there. There really was something for everyone. There were beautiful hand-dyed yarns, but also very rustic and lovely yarns, which are my personal favorite. The festival had two rooms, big rooms with lots of vendors, and I took my camera along and I want to make you feel as if you were there. So let's go through the first room. You can pause here if you want to have a closer look at the vendors that were in this room, and I will just walk through this room for you so that you can get an impression of the whole atmosphere and all the lovely vendors and booths that were in this room. Later in this video I will of course also give you a little bit of a close-up, but first just let's walk around and give you an impression of how the festival felt. This footage was taken on Sunday morning, just a few minutes after the festival opened. So as you can see, there are already some yarn shoppers there, but it's also still quiet so that I can easily film the whole thing for you. If you have not been at the festival, then I really recommend that you come in the morning. I was able to get my little wristband, which you need as your entry ticket on Friday, so the day before the festival started. If you can do that yourself, if you can come earlier, then I really recommend that, because if you have your wristband already and you come early in the morning, I believe the festival starts at 10 in the morning, then you don't have to queue. You can just go in, while if you arrive on Saturday a little later, like about lunchtime, then you will definitely have to queue. But as you can see now in Sunday morning, it is very calm and pleasant, and I can just walk around without too much people being there. It was really nice. And as you can see, there are so many booths, and it really takes me a while to walk through the room. There's one more aisle left, and then I believe I had to make a cut and walk back, because I really wanted to show you the booth on both sides of the aisle, so that you don't miss any of the vendors. So there's the exit of room 1, and now we turn back and see the booth that we have not yet seen, but this is still the first room. It was so much fun to see all the lovely knits that everybody were wearing. People are so creative, and there are so many lovely sweaters to see at a festival like this. This is one of my absolute favorite parts, to see the finished knits that people are wearing. It's so beautiful, and it's absolutely mind-blowing how creative people are. So now we have seen all of the booths in room 1, and I want to give you a little close-up of some of the booths that I liked the most. Probably my all-time favorite booth of the whole festival was the one you're seeing right now. It's the booth of Xola. I am really hoping I'm pronouncing that right. It was a company that sells beautiful Spanish yarns, and they are spun in a small family mill. And as you can see, they had beautiful samples of their yarns at the booth. Such beautiful sweaters. I was absolutely blown away. And I did buy some yarn there. It was a very lovely rustic yarn, and they had so many beautiful shades. I can't wait to use that. I bought one red and two blues, and it was absolutely lovely. Another booth that I enjoyed very much was this yarn from Italy. It's called Dark Omen Yarns, and it was a hand-dyed yarn with lovely tonal colors. The yarn was super soft, and I really hoped that I could buy some and bring it home with me, but I had no space in my luggage whatsoever. But this yarn was so soft and so drapey. They had this lovely shawl sample here, and it was so nice. I wish you could touch it. It was lovely. And they also had mohair in matching colors to their tonals. It was very nice. As you can see, the variety is really, really big. There are some better known yarn brands, but there are also lots of indie dyers, and I've never seen, I don't believe I have ever seen so many yarn in one space. Here's another hand dyer. At this booth I bought two skeins for a friend of mine who is very dear to me and also a knitter. So she got two skeins here, and I was really amazed by all the lovely colors that were available here. All the vendors that I met were super kind. I always asked if I was allowed to film their booth, and they always, not a single one declined. I was so lucky that I was able to film there, and I even now, looking back at all this yarn, it was such a great time, and I really think it was absolutely worth the travel to Barcelona. I have never tried the yarn from Biche before, but I really liked their Le Gros silk mohair, and was lovely. And now you have seen the first room, and we are going to the second room, and there were these little sweet sheeps that were guiding you on your way to the second room. So the second room also had a lot of vendors. I believe in total for the festival there were 75 vendors, which is a lot, I think. And let's make a quick walkthrough through the second room. And by the way, you may be able to see by the shadows that we had the most amazing weather there. Sunshine all weekend, nice and warm, but not too warm for hand knits. It was so nice. We had 22 to 24 degrees, and it was absolutely perfect to be outside after the knitting festival. It really was the most wonderful atmosphere there. Everybody was so delighted and happy to see each other, and it was really, even in the busiest of times, it still was a very nice and joyful atmosphere there. And don't let this footage fool you. This is still Sunday morning, so especially in the second room, it's very, very calm at the moment because everybody is still arriving, but it definitely gets more crowded later in the day. And from my experience, even though there were some vendors who had sold a lot on Sunday, there was still plenty of yarn left. So this is Sunday footage. As you can see, there's definitely nobody's sold out at all. So it really doesn't matter if you come on Saturday or on Sunday, you will still see lots and lots of beautiful yarn. Now we are almost through the second room, and here there were some of my favorite vendors as well. I really loved the booth of Wool Dreamers. I got some motor yarn there, and I'm very excited to use it, but they also had plenty of other bases and also unspun yarn, and it was all surprisingly affordable, and they really had lovely colors there. This was the new to me Italian brand of yarn, and they had the most gorgeous hand-dyed yarn, which was naturally dyed. The shades were all very muted and soft and had such beautiful depth to them. This was one of my favorite yarns as well, and I wish I could have taken it home with me, but I really couldn't. This is the booth of a new to me German indie dyer, which I hadn't been aware of before, and it was such a funny surprise that you meet a fellow German yarn lover all the way in Barcelona. The yarn at this booth was probably the softest yarn I felt on the whole festival. It was absolutely amazing, so bouncy, and I can really imagine that it has a lovely drape when it's knit up. If you have known me for a while, then you know that I am usually a lot into rustic yarns, monochrome rustic yarns, because I love color work. But the booth that you are seeing now from Tricot and Stitch had the most gorgeous hand-dyed yarn. I believe for me personally, it was the most beautiful hand-dyed yarn on the whole festival. There were so many stunning autumnal shades and very different bases, mohair, tweed, and all you can wish for. I was really impressed by these colors. And of course, a very popular booth was the one from La Bien-Aimée, and they had gorgeous samples there. I know their yarns are more on the pricier side, and I have not worked with them yet, but the samples really tempt you a lot. They are so stunning. And now let's have a look at how the festival looks at lunchtime or early afternoon on the Saturday. So it's really crowded, as you can see, to both rooms. There are very large queues. You have to wait quite a bit if you want to enter one of the rooms. And inside, they actually managed it pretty well, I think, because while there were a lot of people, you were still able to walk around. There were a lot of people you could meet and chat with, but it was not too much in my opinion. As Barcelona is located at the sea, you can also take some time if you want to relax and sit just a little bit at the beach and knit for a while to wind down. It is such a beautiful city, so that if you come, you should really plan some time to just walk around and enjoy Barcelona. I flew in on Thursday evening, so I had Friday to do some sightseeing for myself, and that was really joyful. I really recommend that you come for at least 3 days so that you can really enjoy the time there. If you don't mind crowds, then I would really recommend La Boqueria, which is a market that sells basically everything you can imagine. There's fruits, cooked meals, there is chocolate, fish, whatever you can think of. And it's a lovely stop to go there to soak up the busy atmosphere, and you can also have something to eat there if you want to, and it's very nice. If you come to Barcelona when it's not Barcelona Knits time, then there's still a beautiful yarn shop that you can visit. This is where I got my wristband, my entry wristband for the fair. And as you can see, I was very tempted. I was there on a Friday to pick up my wristband, and they had so many lovely yarns, including their own yarn base that they dye themselves, and you can find everything you want there if you're in Barcelona when it's not Barcelona Knits time. There's plenty of yarn there too. I really fell in love with this single skein, and I thought very much if I should take it or not, but I left it there, and now I have this memory footage, which is also nice. On Sunday evening, I took a trip to the Park Güell, and it was lovely. I could see the sun go down and had a beautiful view over the city. It was still very crowded even at Sunday evening, but it is absolutely worth a visit if you want to come there. But you definitely have to book your tickets in advance. So when I went to the park on Friday, the tickets were all sold out, and I'm not sure if they were only sold out for Friday but also for Saturday, but I was able to get a ticket for Sunday on Friday. And another recommendation is that if you can, buy the ticket at the park, because then you can get a ticket that is valid for the whole day for the same price. If you buy it online, then you have to commit to a certain time slot, and you have to arrive within this time slot for your ticket to be valid, and you don't pay any extra if you pay the ticket at the park. So if you can, go to the park 2 days up front, buy your ticket there, and then you can enter on the day you bought your ticket for any time you want. I really hope you enjoyed this little vlog of my trip to Barcelona. I can really recommend the whole trip, the Barcelona Knits Festival and the city as well. And I really hope I can go next year too. It was such a wonderful time. See you next time. Bye.